Hey guys, Kelade here. Welcome to my Mythic Shad'har the Insatiable kill/commentary video. For this fight, we're gonna charge in with all of our cooldowns up in the beginning. I am using Endless Rage, Double Time, Fury Slash, Warpaint, Carnage, Dragon Roar, and Siegebreaker. And don't worry, I did get my talents right this time. Some people asked me about like some of the other stuff, so we'll get into that I guess right now, because actually there's not that much going on in this fight as far as from what I'll be doing in here. So I am also using Condensed Life Force as the major, using Essence of the Focusing Iris, Conflict and Strife, and Lethal Strikes as my minors. My Lethal Strikes is still rank 2, but I do have a lot of corruption gear on, so I do want to wear it just for the 10 corruption reduction. In this fight right now, you are seeing me wear 5 ranks of Echoing Void, so that's a rank 3 plus a rank 2. Right now it's doing a lot of damage. Of course, I know as of me recording this video, it's still pretty strong. There is a blue pose that it might get nerfed significantly, so maybe by the time you watch it, it's already nerfed. But regardless, so on this fight, for Shad'har, really, for melee, you're just kind of DPSing the boss, you know, like a target dummy. The only time where you really have to do like much is if you get chased by the little blob that you'll see later. So right there on the left, you see that Warlock getting chased by that blob. It's kind of like very close to the edge of the screen. Yeah, so when that blob chases you, you basically do an AoE damage. The further you are from other people, the better. On top of that, you basically gain a really ridiculous amount of slow. Now, if you really wanted to, you could take Blaze Storm if that slow is really bothering you, but you don't really need to, because when that blob hits you, you can just heroic leap out, right? Because like you are moving very slow. Blaze Storm will remove the slow, just like on Wrathion, but you don't really need it because heroic leap is probably enough. Like you see, I'm not even going to get targeted by that blob this fight, right? If I did, I would just heroic leap out. The other thing, of course, you see us moving around, right? The little purple dots on the ground. You just want to make sure that you're standing in max melee. Max melee on this fight is actually pretty large, so you want to get in max melee, and then for melee, right, you want to step into the boss. That way you don't get hit by those little dropping things. Now, this phase of the fight, he's gonna spawn those little purple orbs. You guys saw me. I just like walked into the middle of the boss to soak it. That's all it is. He's gonna summon 3 different puddles that your whole raid has to soak. Just soak them. So whenever I see one in melee, so right here on the right, I see the soaking in melee. Go over there and soak it. It's gonna give you a dot, but you have to soak it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And the dot isn't like that crazy. And of course, during this phase, the blobs right there moving on the left with the laser, you see the blob chasing somebody. That's still happening. So as far as for how that blob is also basically prefacing with this fight is you have to feed the boss. You see my weak aura on the right of my character that feed the boss. Now it's at 5, now it's at 6. When that reaches 10, the boss starts doing extra damage. So you just want to make sure you feed him before 10, like, you know, 7, 8, 9, kind of depends on like how you're phasing, like when the blobs are hitting people. So like when the blob hits somebody, it's going to leave a morsel on the ground. All you have to do it is you walk over the morsel and then you walk into the middle of the boss, and that's how you feed him. Generally you can do every other blob morsel to feed him. So right here, here's another little soak, so we go in and stand in there. So we start off with every odd number of the blobs we feed him, and then depends on the fight. You know, if you get hit by the blob and he's already at 7 stacks, you're probably feeding him. All right. And then the other thing is you kind of want to loosely spread at this point, because he's going to turn around occasionally and like just like breathe on people. But we pushed him, so now he's actually going to be in phase 3, which is the phase now he's going to do the poison stuff, which is actually super easy. So all you have to do is just slowly cut him around the room, right? And we're getting close. And then bam, Inkpot's going to crit here for 1 million. We're going to get almost like 4k to 5k DPS increase. Pretty nice. So right here, my corruption just slowed me, so I'm just walking super slow. You guys can see how big my corruption circle is. I'm running at 58 corruption as of this video right here, so that's almost like the limit. Like 59 corruption is like the safest point, because once you hit 60 corruption and the thing from beyond like starts activating all of your other stuff, that's where it gets really bad. So like to be safe, I think the upper limit for mythic rating right now is 59. Unless you're a class that has like some type of immunity where you can really just get rid of all the stacks of the Eye of Corruption really well. So right here, I'm slowed again by my corruption. So I was trying to like get to the people on the left. So I figured, you know what, I can't make it to the left without hero leaping, and I need to save my hero leap for the blobs. So I'm just going to slowly walk into the boss, and hopefully I get far enough into him, right, that I'm not in front of him anymore. Luckily, he's at 11% right here, and we have basically our Reckless and Siegebreaker on cooldown, so we're good to go. Now, as far as for Lust, we don't lust until phase 2, which is where you saw us bring him to the right side of the room, or right now we're looking at it, would be like in front of us. That would have fit with 2 minute cooldowns. Unfortunately, we don't really have 2 minute cooldowns, so it didn't fit with anything, but it's all right. Even without, less of the optimal timing, we're still going to pump this boss really, really hard. And yeah, show you guys, you guys think Arms can execute, Fear can execute just as well, and they can do more damage, throughout the course of the fight. So Shad'har, pretty fast boss. Once you get everybody pumping, I did drop my Fierce Slash right there at the very end, but no problem. Boss goes down. This is actually our second kill. But yeah, relatively quick boss. The blob, all that is for that mechanics that I would have just left out and charged back in. So that's really it for this fight. As always, thanks for checking out the video, guys. Feel free to subscribe to see more. See ya.